Time for another preview here on Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. The Bears host the Cowboys this Sunday afternoon, America's Game of the Week on Fox. Hopefully the Bears don't embarrass us once again. Chicago is a 1.5-point favorite for now, believe it or not, against the Dallas Cowboys. The over-under continues to go up, especially after Jaylon Johnson's injury. 50.5 points. As neither of these defenses have looked great to start this year. Let's go through the team numbers through 2 weeks. Dallas fifth in scoring at 30 points per game. They're doing really well offensively, or being balanced as well. They've been a better rushing attack than people thought. The problem is they're also giving up a lot of points. They've given up 30.5 points per game, tied for 27th in the NFL. -1 in the turnover margin, that's tied for 22nd. They're the best third down offense and the worst third down defense. They're converting 52% of third downs offensively, basically giving up third down conversions 52% of the time. That was familiar under Matt Eberflus, even when the Bears did have some good defenses with him. Okay, for the Bears through 2 weeks. Middle of the pack in scoring, 15th at 22.5 points per game. Yikes, 39.5 points per game allowed. 6 points in the first 3 quarters, 73 in the last 5. Got to find some answers there. That's obviously dead last in the NFL. Turnover margin, -2. That is tied for 25th. I'm not sure the defense has a takeaway yet. Maybe one. I'm trying to remember, but -2. Oh, the pick 6, Nashawn Wright, but 3 turnovers and I think 1 takeaway so far. Either way, not good enough. 19th in third down offense, 40% conversion rate, and then on defense, actually good. Getting off the field 30 most of the time, only allowing third down conversions 31.8% of the time so far. Obviously, the official injury reports will continue to evolve throughout the week, but Cooper Beebe is likely out 6 to 8 weeks. He'll likely go on short-term IR, and depending on when you're watching this, maybe he already is with an ankle injury. Kavontae Turpin, that was a little neck stinger thing last week. I think he's okay, but their elite return specialist and receiver is a name to watch this week. And then Daron Bland probably out again this week, which means our old pal Reddy Stewart probably going to get some run for Dallas' secondary for a second straight week. For the Bears, obviously Jaylon Johnson, he's going to go on short-term IR. The question is whether or not he's out for the season. Seems more likely he is than he isn't. Kyler Gordon dealing with the hamstring. We'll keep an eye on his status throughout the week, along with TJ Edwards. I'd be surprised if either of those two guys played. And then Grady Jarrett, who did play last week, but he's dealing with the knee injury, and you can kind of tell, he's not firing off the ball. So I do wonder if there's a scenario where they give him a week off. Obviously, the angle this week that we're all going to be talking about and that we're all thinking about is the return of Matt Eberflus to Soldier Field, a Eberflus revenge game, if you will. He is the Cowboys defensive coordinator, and I would say for 6 of 8 quarters, it's been pretty underwhelming for Dallas defensively. Obviously, trading Micah Parsons didn't help Flus out, but first half against Philly had no answers. Second half, good adjustments, but then Russell Wilson and the Giants had a lot of success, so he's certainly going to look to find some solutions against his former team, the Chicago Bears, on Sunday, and we cannot let that happen, which is why we are spamming Beat Flus all week long. Listen, it's been a rough start, but we got to beat Matt Eberflus on Sunday. That'll be painful if it does not happen. So spam it all week long in the chat. Beat Flus down in the comments section. Okay, who has the edge? Head coach. I think Ben Johnson will end up being a better NFL head coach than Brian Schottenheimer, but they've both coached 2 games each. Push that we just do not have enough information. Quarterback. Cowboys. Dak Prescott's playing at elite level right now. I'd say he's been a top 5 quarterback in the NFL through 2 weeks. He's been excellent. I don't even think the numbers really do it justify. If you watch that week 1 game, he only threw for 188, but CeeDee Lamb dropped 80 yards in passes and potentially another touchdown. He's been accurate. He's been very, very good. Caleb Williams, obviously a mixed bag. I do think he took a step forward this past week. We'll see how each performs this week. Certainly Caleb's good enough on any given Sunday to outperform most other quarterbacks. But from a week-to-week, just consistency, more proven standpoint, clearly you're going to go with Dak Prescott here. Okay, skill guys. I'm actually going to lean the Bears for now. I thought about going push. I even thought about going Dallas. I do think their 1-2 punch at receiver is super dynamic in CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. But CeeDee's off to not his best start. He's been dropping some passes. He has 4 or 5 drops in 2 weeks. Pickens hasn't really had that big game yet. I do think the Bears have more volume of options on this offense overall. That being said, you got to get more out of your backs and tight ends. And if you don't start doing that soon, it's going to be pretty difficult for me when I do these Who Has the Edge segment of giving it an advantage of Chicago, because Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet haven't been that involved yet. Rome Odunze's been great. The other receivers, DJ's been fine. Zacchaeus and Burden haven't been super involved. And then the running game has obviously not been very good. So I'll give the Bears the slight advantage. I think they have more guys, but they got to prove it as well. Okay, offensive line, I'll go push. I think the Bears is better on paper, especially with Cooper Beebe out, but they haven't really performed like that. They've performed like a below average to average unit, according to a lot of the advanced metrics. Dallas is an average to an above average unit as well. I would say above average. Beebe hurts, so maybe that slides them down to average overall. I think it's too early to say which unit's better, so I'll go push. Defensive line, I'll go push. Obviously, if they had Micah Parsons, that would be a pretty easy decision. But when I look at these two units, neither is stopping the run at a good rate right now, and neither team can rush the passer. So it's kind of a push because neither unit's that good. I thought the Bears' interior D-line and Dio Adengbo played well in Week 1. Neither was true in Week 2. So got to get much better there, and Dallas has not gotten a lot of productivity from their defensive line either. Linebacker, I do think it's the Bears. Now, TJ Edwards is probably going to be out, but Kenneth Murray starts for Dallas, and he is terrible. Jack Sanborn starts, and we love Jack, but he's fine. Tremaine Edmonds, even if he is an overpaid player, he would be the Cowboys' best linebacker. I think we've actually seen some good things from Noah Sewell, so I will give the advantage to the Bears here. Secondary push. I think if both teams were fully healthy, I would give it to the Bears, but we know Jaylon Johnson's out. Kyler Gordon is probably out as well, and Kevin Byard's not playing that well. And for Dallas, not only is Kyer Elam struggling, he's given up 232 yards through 2 weeks, but Trayvon Diggs hasn't quite looked like himself as he's been making his way back. I mentioned Reddy Stewart's been having to play for them, Bears preseason legend from last year. So I just don't think either secondary is that good right now. So I'll go push in that department as well. And then lastly, special teams, clearly Dallas. They have the best kicker I have ever seen in Brandon Aubrey. As soon as they cross midfield, they are in field goal range. I mean, they literally played for like a 60-plus yard field goal to force overtime, and he made it with ease. I would give the advantage there. Torrey Taylor, from a punting standpoint, hasn't impressed enough this year to kind of even that out. And the Bears' coverage units, while better in Week 2, have been kind of middle of the pack so far. All right, today's show is sponsored by Mando. Awesome men's grooming products from Mando. For a limited time only, you can get 20% off all of their products with code CHAT at checkout. Fall is here, which means football is here. In other words, the best time of the year for the fellas. It's a great time to be out and about, and if you're like me, that includes being outside a lot with my son and doing things around the house. Don't let body odor sideline you this fall. Mando deodorant plus sweat control is for real working guys. Mando is formulated to stop odor before it starts and doesn't mask odor with overwhelming fragrance. Mando has several awesome products, from the deodorant wipes to spray deodorant, stick deodorant, and much more. The best part is that Mando's products are safe from head to toe. Check this out. With one swipe of their deodorant, you are good to go. This isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard brands out there. It controls both sweat and odor for 72 hours, and after just 12 hours, underarm sweat has been reduced by 92%. This stuff really works. The Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like the mini body wash and the deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And for a special offer for our listeners here on Bears Now, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code CHAT. That is code CHAT at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. That's shopmando.com. Please support the show. Tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great doing it. All right, keys to victory as we continue to roll along here on our Chicago Bears Dallas Cowboys preview. This is Bears Now. You got to keep Caleb clean. And when they did that against Detroit, the pass protection, Caleb played really well. 18 of 25, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. His pass grade per PFF, 90.4. These stats courtesy of Pro Football Focus. That's excellent. I thought he played much better in week 2 overall than he did in week 1, and he actually played better in structure than he did out of structure, which I actually take as a positive because we actually feel good about what he can do out of structure. But if he's taking nice steps forward in structure within the rhythm of the play and the offense, that's the growth we want to see. Ben Johnson said that he saw no significant growth from week 1 to week 2. Just one game. Obviously, they got blown out, didn't get the result we wanted. But I do think Caleb is on the right trajectory here. And listen, patience, it's tough. It's a tough word to hear as a Bears fan. But are you trusting the process with Caleb's development under Ben Johnson? Type Y for yes, type in for no. If they're going to lose a lot of games this year, like, that's really what matters the most. And I am choosing to trust the process because I have seen some positive things early on here. Okay, number 2, continue to feed Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze, we talked about this on our overreactions video. To me, he's already leapfrog DJ Moore. He's Caleb's top target. That's where he's looking most. That's who he's trusting to make plays. He's got 13 for 165 and 3 touchdowns already, and there's a couple more he probably should have caught. Otherwise, you're probably talking like 15 for 200 plus through 2 games so far. He's been fantastic. And this Dallas secondary, which is vulnerable right now, Donovan Wilson's not playing well either at safety. I think Rome can feast out there. I think he could go for 100 plus in this game pretty easily, especially if they choose to man cover him at times. Obviously, Flus is going to play some zone, but if they find the soft spots in the zone, I expect Rome to be a big factor. Defensively, you got to take some chances. I'm not saying you just get reckless down in and down out, but I don't love these matchups. I don't know about you guys. CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Stevenson, George Pickens, Nahshon Wright. It'll probably mix and match some. Lamb's going to play in the slot a decent amount too. So Nick McLeod, Josh Blackwell, like that's a tough matchup. And you know, Dennis Allen wants to play press man. I think he's kind of been forced into playing zone. Maybe you play zone and blitz out of zone. I'm not acting like the answers are easy, but I think you're just going to have to dial up some pressure on Dak Prescott, take some chances. You'll probably get burned some, but if it can lead to a turnover or 2, that's probably worth it because I don't think if you go bend, don't break, I think you're going to break in the end. I think it's going to be a long day for the defense. One thing that would help is if you could stop or at least slow down the run. I mean the passing, defending the pass. I mean, with the way Dak's playing and Lamb and Pickens and Ferguson, like it's going to be difficult enough. You just don't have the horses right now with Jaylon out. But Dallas has been much better than expected running the football, and the Bears have not been great stopping the run. Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders have combined for 219 yards and 4 touchdowns on 42 carries. That's well over 5 yards per carry between those 2 backs. And again, it's just if they're having success on the ground with how much challenges you're going to have defending the pass, not only this week but probably moving forward, it's going to be a long day. So you got to find a way to limit the run game. I know they've had success early. This is Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. They shouldn't run wild on teams, so hopefully the Bears can key in and prevent that from happening. Noah Sewell has been good in run support, so with TJ likely out, that should at least help. Okay, and then lastly, do the little things well. What are the little things? Well, penalties, especially self-inflicted ones, pre-snap, just like basic stuff. Alignment things, holding, like, listen, you're going to have a PI here and there. You're going to, these 50-50 calls seem to go against the Bears. Like, there's probably going to get a couple of those. Like, sometimes you're going to be forced to grab. I get all that. But, like, moving before the play starts, the first play of the second half, DeAndre Swift false starts, it can't happen. So you got to limit the unnecessary penalties. Number 2, convert in short yardage. When you have a chance to move the chains, like, my message to Ben Johnson would be, like, listen, I like shot plays on 2nd and 3rd and short. Let's move the chains. Like, let's jog before we can sprint here. Because, I think the offense has shown some good signs, but with the inability to continue to convert on some of these drives and easy conversion situations and with these penalties, like 2nd and 2, let's just hand the ball off. Like we don't have to get super creative here. And then a clean day on special teams. I don't think the special teams have been great so far. The first play of the game, you kicked the ball out of bounds. Can't happen. Coverage units have to be better. Torrey Taylor's got to punt the ball better, and obviously Cairo's got to make his kicks. So you got to be clean on special teams. You got to do the little things well. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. All right. Predict the score. Bears, Cowboys. Who wins, and what is the final score going to be? Look, I said, and I do mean this moving forward, that I would not pick the Bears to win a game until they win a game. That being said, I can't pick Matt Eberflus to beat the Bears at Soldier Field, so I am going to reluctantly pick Chicago 34-31. I think you're going to have to score a lot of points to win this game. I think there's going to be an opportunity to, but let me be clear. Listen to what I am saying. If the Chicago Bears lose this game, I will not pick them to win a game until they win a game. You've got my word on that, but I am not picking Matt Eberflus this week. Give me the Bears 34-31. Huge win. Gotta have it. Hopefully they can get it done. That's going to do it for Chicago Bears Now, our Bears Cowboys preview. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be here all week long getting you guys ready for kickoff on Sunday. We'll, of course, have our live watch party then as well. We'll see you guys then. Bear down.